We have the rainforest incense going, and it's just dude, it's so good. It's been a while since I've lit an incense, but so in my last video I did a room decor video where I transformed my room, and now it looks so much better than what it used to be. And so I wanted to talk about each part of my room, from the bed, the desk, the storage, the lighting, and how I really changed this room up. So without a further ado, but without a further ado, let's talk about this room. First off, let's talk about the desk and studio space that I work on now. Now, as far as the actual desk setup goes, I haven't actually changed much about it. I have added a couple of lights, RGB lights at the back, added some new furniture, and an expensive purchase. But besides that, it hasn't really changed much about this spot. So currently I have here a 24-inch monitor, I think it is. It's an Asus monitor. It's a pretty cheap one. I think it was for gaming, but I don't even game much anymore. I use it to have two screens, so when I edit, it's a lot easier to switch around multiple applications at once. But it's not the most color accurate, so I would love a monitor that is color accurate, so I can actually color grade with DaVinci Resolve with 100% accuracy. But these RGBs are pretty nice. I literally just taped it all around the back of the monitor and it works. Wow. You can change the colors all on the app, so it's pretty easy to change a color to your desire. So that's what I like about it. It's nice and simple. I think I got it for like 20 bucks. So good accessory to have to add a bit of pop of color, or if you want a bit of light in your room besides this lamp. This is just an old study lamp that I got given from my older brother, but it still works. But besides that, my room is quite vanilla. I do use the good old MacBook, not really old, but M3 Pro, 32 gigabytes of RAM with 2 terabytes of storage. I got this second hand on eBay, got it for an auction at a bargain of a price. I transferred onto Mac, and this is my first Apple device since like iPhone 4, so I'm still getting used to it. But right now I currently use the Samsung S23 Ultra. It is still very good, but I wouldn't mind changing to Apple if it means that I can maximize like AirDrop and all the functionality of the MacBook, so it's like seamless. But so much money, bro, so much. Welcome to the Apple ecosystem, I guess. I just brought out the artificial light because it's getting dark so quick, and I thought I would finish this in time, but that's okay. Up on this wall is pretty much all my favorite trinkets, my Lego flowers from my girlfriend that I got. Still got my old camera here. I don't use it much anymore, actually, like never, because it's actually dusty as frick now. It's a Canon M50. It's still a good camera, but like the Sony a6700 would actually kill this camera in terms of specs. And of course here you got the yellow Lego Supra. There was a moment in time in my life where I was like super hooked onto these Legos, but I haven't grabbed one since. The new F1 series came out, but I'm not really tempted yet. I got my trusty Pilot pen. These are the best pens ever. They're like $2-3 I got from Japan. It's called the V-Corn, Pilot V-Corn. Weird name for a pen, but I use that to write everything on this note checklist. Now we're gonna have to get a bit closer for this one because it's quite small, but this is something I was given from my girlfriend last year for my birthday. It's a Zippo lighter. I don't use this to even light up my candles, but it's something cool to decorate and have. It's got like a print on it. It's like laser printer, I think. But the only problem with this Zippo lighter is like you fill it up with the fluid, you light up a couple of these incenses, and it's gone. Like you have to refill it so quick. So I'm using it very sparingly. And nearing the end of this top of the desk here, we got here the 2 Smiskies, my Kubo Pop Mart figure that I once collected. I'm not hooked into Pop Mart like the entire world is right now, but I think it's cool. I just don't think it's worth stacking and collecting all like 12 figures. And oh my gosh, the Labubu. I have a friend who's addicted, but I don't really get it. But in between all my figurines, we got here a plant, something alive in this room. I got this small like water plant holder thing from AliExpress. It's super cheap. I'll link in the description. And this is pothos. This is like a nice plant, quite small. It looks like it's providing some shade for the Smiski down below, but yeah, what do you guys think of the desk setup? I think it's good for now, but definitely more improvements to come. Oh, and I forgot to fully talk about this chair. This is the Herman Miller sale. I got this on Facebook Marketplace used for like $280, which it normally retails $1,200 by the way. Seeing that I pretty much sit on this chair every single time I'm editing, it's very, very important for me to get a chair that doesn't hurt my back. My old chair was giving me actually bad back problems. I felt like I aged 20 years from sitting there, but now this chair gives me so much comfort. The cushion's nice, so much adjustability. You can pull the chair in and out so you can adjust it to your height and length of your body. So it's very ergonomic. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have a chair that makes me feel good. I also talk about this chair on my reels, so go have a look at that. Alright, this right here, if you couldn't tell, is my bedroom. I think the bedroom's changed the most in terms of just the comfort and the look of it. Before I had like these blue diamonds on these quilt covers and it looked horrendous. It looked like a boy's room, honestly. Every boy room has something weird with their beds, I swear. Now in terms of the actual bed setup, I got here the IKEA quilt All Seasons. Currently I only have one sheet in here because it's hot all the time here in Australia, so until peak winter comes, I'll stick with my one sheet. I've got here pure cotton, charcoal colored quilt cover, set with the pillows. Pillows hasn't changed on the inside, but I actually can sleep anywhere. I can even sleep on a carpet floor. I'm very easy and I'm a deep sleeper, so my sleep's just gotten a whole lot better ever since changing my quilt. It's been a game changer, honestly. In terms of the actual fitted sheet goes, this is just a simple 100% cotton from Big W or Kmart. I think I got it from. It was relatively cheap. It was like under 20 bucks, but it's nice. It does the job. I think it's very rough when you first put it on, but the more you wash it, it becomes softer, which is what you want. Plushies in case I need a bit of comfort, just to hug it to bed. Oh, and one more thing. You might have seen this in the corner of my bed. It is a electric blanket. I don't know if I'd ever use this in Australia, but I got it anyway. It was like really cheap. But in those cases, I feel a bit cold and I'm too lazy to put on long pants or something comfy. I'll just chuck this on. I can heat it up, or I can just throw it on just as is and just use it normally. But adds a bit of different color, bit of dimension with the black, gray, and a bit of white. And right above the bed is like my proud design moment corner. These are A2 posters that I personally designed myself from scratch. This one was a huge inspiration from Pinterest that I saw. I just wanted to do it in my own color, everything, all the text and stuff written myself. I'm not sure if you can see this. This just says intentionality, live life with intention. It's kind of like my motto. And to live life presently and to like live with intention, to do things intentionally, because you're fully in control of your life. But anyway, none of that today. None of that wise coders stuff. And this poster is something that reminds me back at home from Japan. Just Totoro, and you got the colors of red and white from the Japan flag. I thought it'd be interesting to invert the colors, and I think it looks amazing. I'm pretty proud of this. This is all hung up with just using like these, I forgot what they're called, but I'll link in the description as well. I didn't use any nails. It's just something you stick onto the wall, and apparently you can take it off without it leaving marks. So I'm praying when I do move out of this place, it will be like that, or else my mum will kill me, but that's all right. We'll deal with that in the future. All right, and to the left of all the posters, I thought it looked a bit empty, so I thought I'd put a little koi fish here. Also reminds me a bit of Japan, and basically the koi fish family, it starts with the dad and the mum. The dad is a black koi fish and the mum is like a pink koi fish, and then all the kids are like the red, green, and blue. So I chose blue because blue is my favorite color. I think it looks nice, contrasted with the yellow wall. I think it works nice. Just wish it was a bit bigger, but I also got this from AliExpress. It was quite cheap, but it'd be cool to get a proper like paper koi nobody that's more suited for interior purposes, not just on the outside, because koi nobody is traditionally like hung outside. It's going against the wind and it kind of looks like as if it's swimming, but this one doesn't get much airflow besides when I turn the fan on, but yeah. And next to the bed we have here obviously a bedside table, because everything in my room has wooden furniture, from like the bookshelf, the desk, the clothes drawer, even the bed frame. I didn't want it to be your typical grandma's wooden bedside table. I wanted something more industrial, a bit more metal elements to it. So I got something from this on Kmart. Luckily it was on clearance. I'm not sure if it's still there, but I got it for a bargain. I think I got it for like $19. It's like a little trolley, and it can move around if I wanted to. My bedside's a bit clunky at the moment with all this gear. I should probably put it away, but I do have another plant here. I am a plant dad now. I have posted another reel about that if you want to have a look at it on the Instagram. But being a plant dad is actually fun. It's difficult for sure. I had a little bit of an accident, so some of the plants got cut off. I'm so sorry. I like this orange plant pot. It doesn't look like your normal plant pot that you'd see outside, and it looks nice. It gives a bit of life, a bit of color into my room because everything's like yellow or black, so it's good to have a bit of color there. Put my phone on here now so I don't have to put it on the floor, and right below you see I'm a bit of a Hot Wheels addict, or at least I was. I had a phase last year where I was like super into collecting Hot Wheels. So I got this. This is like a display case you can get from AliExpress as well. So I'm a bit of an AliExpress boy, not a Temu boy. But the bottom shelf hasn't been actually used at all yet, so I might find something to put instead, or I might just move all that clutter down below just so I can hide it a bit better. But that's the bedroom. Since I recorded the last segment just because I had work. But now we're back home drinking coffee. I'd like to learn how to make a good coffee, but for now my caffeine levels are fine with just having like an instant coffee. I think it's good enough. There's probably like coffee snobs like crying in the comment section right now, but that's alright. But anyway, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was what lighting do I use in my room now? Well, first off, I'm not using the overhead lighting ever again, unless I'm looking for something. It's practical, but it's not aesthetic at all. Like, dude. On the left side of the room, I have natural sunlight seeping through from my windows, which is a nice touch. I got the desk lamp that I use for when I'm studying. I can change the lamp in 3 different color modes into warm, cold, and white lighting, so I can adjust to what mood I want. But predominantly when I'm filming, obviously I'd go for the white, and then when I'm studying or it's at night, I'd go with the warm lighting. Now in the corner of my room, you'll see that there's a paper lamp. I think this is a direct copy of something more expensive, but I got it from AliExpress because your boy could not afford it at the moment. But in the meantime, I'll get something like this. Maybe in future I'll invest in the proper lighting. But it's nice, it illuminates the ground a bit, and it also illuminates from the top. Just creates this really soft lighting that's really warm, and it's also got 3 different settings, but I've never left it on any other mode than just the ambient warm lighting that's like an orangey hue. But the paper lamp alone sometimes isn't enough, so what I like to use is also another lamp. You can kind of see the consistency going through with all the lighting, and they're all warm lighting because that sets the mood, that sets the tone. It gives this cozy vibe to this place, and I love it so much. So I think this lamp is also another copy. I got it from AliExpress as well because your boy couldn't afford it. And the paper lamp, the lamp on my drawer, and the desk lamp pretty much covers most of the spots around the room to give it that even lighting, so there's no dark spots throughout the room. And if I'm feeling a bit more cheeky and I want to add a bit more color, I like to use the sunset lamp. I got the sunset from like AliExpress, I think. It's very cheap. You can have different color modes on it, so it's really nice. You can set the mood, different tones of color, so it gives your room a bit of point of difference instead of just having all ambient lighting and just have a bit of RGB in your life. But I like to offset that sunset lamp into the posters, the A2 posters, just to give it a bit of nice color and backdrop for when I'm calling or using it for recording videos as well. So yeah. Now in terms of storage, before I had pretty much nothing to store anything, so a lot of my stuff was just on the ground and it became very cluttered very quickly. Made the room very messy, and yeah, it just wasn't a good place. So I cleared out all this carpet space and I transferred everything that was scattered across the ground into this Kmart shelf that has like dividers. And normally the shelf is supposed to be stood upright, but I kind of made it horizontal and made use of that horizontal space. So I have these 8 squares that I can fill up, and I use 2 of these little square trays to put all my clothes, extra clothes that I own, and also camera gear that I own. And I think it's a lot easier to have these designated spots for my camera gear now, because before I would actually get on my knees and scatter around the whole carpet to find the exact gear I wanted. And that was a nightmare. So I think this is a lot more nicer. But yeah, I have a bunch of sneakers that I need to get rid of still, so they're just kind of living here until I get rid of them, because I'm no sneakerhead anymore. I was, but it's overhyped. But that is pretty much my room for now at the moment. I think I did a good job reviving this space from what it was and what it is now. And yeah, it really does feel like home, with my bed being nicer, my desk being a lot nicer with a better chair, better lighting overall for that mood. I think having a room that makes it feel like yours and gives it that cozy vibe will make you want to go in the room and actually study harder, especially if you work from home. But in terms of improving this room any further, I would say it's very limited now because my space is quite small. But I would say a round rug, like a colorful round rug, would be the go, because it looks very empty. I think I need to add a bit of color onto the floor, because there is color up on the walls now, so I think I want to add a bit of bold color just to give it a bit of pop of color on the flooring as well, because the carpet is quite bland. It's quite bland, if I say. And in future, who knows, I might be more of a plant dad, having an array of plants across my bedside as well. But that's kind of the beauty of decorating your own room and building it. If you build it over time, you don't need to panic and buy everything all at once. You just kind of buy things as you go. This whole room took like 2-3 months, honestly, to figure out, get the things I want. But you kind of see the progress of your room coming to life, and that's kind of a cool feeling. So have fun with your room, enjoy the process, and don't be dumb and have an empty wallet by the end of the room decoration. This is a very different style video. I've never made anything where I talk so casually for this channel, so I thought it'd be a good change of pace. But what do you guys think of this type of videos? Do you want to see more of it? Let me know in the comment sections down below. I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Without further ado, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Janet! I'm gonna wash this cup now.